everybody. Welcome to Rachel's Reviews. We're really excited today. We are here to talk about the best and worst of one of the stars of the films that we're talking about on our podcast, Hidden Gems. So this is like a mini version of the podcast. If you like what we're doing, go check out the full podcast. And today we are talking about Jennifer Aniston. It's very exciting. We're going to talk about the best and worst of her films. And I think I can honestly say that I think probably she's better at television, but nevertheless, we're focusing on her films. I am film critic Rachel Wagner, and Ryan is here.
Hey Rachel, so great to be back with you again. I have never seen an episode of Friends, so I think I should just get that elephant out of the room. But I have seen a fair few of her movies, at least enough to have a best and worst. So let's rock and roll.
Yeah, all right. So my best of Jennifer Aniston, I could go with The Iron Giant, which she is a vocal performer in that film. That is one of the best animated films I've ever seen. Such a beautiful story, beautiful animation, but her part is pretty small. So I don't know if I'll say that is her best movie. So the one that I think is her best performance, her best movie, is Office Space. And Office Space is a movie that is one of my favorite comedies of all time. It makes me laugh so hard. It is, she plays this waitress at like a TGI Fridays kind of place, and they're always getting at her about her flair and that she doesn't have enough flair on her these like little pins and buttons and stuff. And finally one day she's like, the Nazis had flair. And I don't know, to me it's very funny, and her performance is funny, and she's dating Livingston and she has to listen to this insane plan that he has, and she's like, that is the same plan from Superman 3, and which is hilarious. And I love the movie. I think it is so funny. And when I was really depressed with this job that I had that was awful, I would watch it all the time and just laugh and laugh and laugh. So that's my favorite Jennifer Aniston performance, aside from, I think Friends is probably her best performance. But what about you? What's your favorite?
So my favorite of hers is from 2008, and it is Marley and Me. This was based on the true story of a married husband and wife, the Grogans, who, when they got married, they got this little puppy and they named him Marley. And Marley ended up being the world's worst dog, and would just tear up everything and just raise nothing but hell throughout his entire life. But they grew to love him anyway. Owen Wilson is the man in this one, and he is really good. And Jennifer Aniston has a pretty layered performance in this one. Like, there's a scene where she learns that she is pregnant, but then actually isn't pregnant after all, and she's absolutely crushed. And there's little to no dialogue from her for it, and it's just reliant on her acting, and she knocks it out of the ballpark. It's kind of a formulaic movie for like true stories and stuff, but formula movies can work as long as the heart is behind it, and the heart is more than behind it on Marley and Me. I've never really been a dog person. I'm a cat person, but if I were to follow my head and become a dog person, I would want my dog to be like Marley, except for not chewing up answering machines. But I don't think we have a ton of those anymore.
Well, and the ending, it'll get you. And it's one of those dog movies that you're like, oh, it gets you in the end.
Brutal stuff.
Yeah, it's a good one. Very good pick. All right. So the worst, because she had a run of romantic comedies, because I love romantic comedies. And I defended her in this week's Hidden Gems episode with He's Just Not That Into You, which I like, and gets a lot of people not liking it. So I'll defend her, and I like some of her rom-coms, like Rumor Has It, I think is fun. Picture Perfect is fun. So there's some in there that are good. But she had a long stretch there of some really terrible ones. And there were a number that I could have picked. But I think that the worst of all is The Bounty Hunter with Gerard Butler. This movie is just so unpleasant. It's not funny at all. You do not care about this couple at all. You're not invested in them. You don't like them. They don't have any chemistry at all. It's just really bad.
Yeah, and I don't really believe in the concept of guilty pleasures. If you like something, you like something. You don't have to feel too guilty about it. But
Mm-hmm.
if I had to have a guilty pleasure, I think it would be the bounty hunter. Like, and she's not very good in this. Like, she's not very good. I'm not gonna lie. I I have a guilty pleasure fondness for this movie, but like in a Schadenfreude and like a so bad it's good kind of way. Because,
Mm.
like you said, Rachel, they have no chemistry. They basically play two people who have been bitterly divorced, and now all of a sudden they're thrown into a situation, and we are stuck with these people for 90 minutes. Like, just
That's right. That's right.
let's have fun with that. And I can recite this movie from memory. Don't ask me why. I just can, but just I'm ashamed.
And honestly, the couple that's fighting and kind of hates each other, that can work. I like another one with Aniston where called The Breakup with her and Vince Vaughn that I think is pretty good. So she can do it, and something like War of the Roses can be hilarious. But it just you have to have more chemistry and you have to have better writing than they got here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a scene where she tases Gerard Butler in the neck,
Yeah.
and not even like in like the like shoulder area, like no, literally in his neck. Like I'm no taser expert, but I think you could probably kill someone that way.
Right. It's really bad. So there we go. That's our worst. This time we had the same worst pick. It's not good. But let us know what your best and worst of Jennifer Aniston are. Do you have a favorite that we didn't mention, maybe, or one that you really dislike that maybe we didn't talk about, or maybe you love The Bounty Hunter and you're here to defend it? Put it in the comment section. Let's hear it. We want to hear it. That would be great. And so make sure you check out our longer episode of our podcast, Hidden Gems, which also posts today. So, Ryan, where can people find you?
They can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at RyanCam20. And then, of course, there's my YouTube channel, Ryan Cam's Movie Reviews. Scary Mania is running wild on my channel, my series where I'm reviewing 31 horror movies in 31 days. Today is the 12th, which means my episode for Godzilla from 1954 just dropped. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about The Curse of Frankenstein and talking about Hammer Studios. And then, of course, I'm going to be talking about one horror movie a day up until October 31st. And then, of course, there's the AFI project. I'm going to be covering movies like Midnight Cowboy, The Philadelphia Story, Shane, and just a lot of great movies I'm going to be talking about coming up very soon. A lot of content coming your way. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. You'll be like on the ground floor.
Yeah, definitely. Please subscribe, and please subscribe to my channel, Rachel's Reviews, and you can find me all over the place there. And also make sure you check out the Hallmarkies podcast where we are covering everything Christmas. It's already starting. Our Hallmark preview show is this week, and so make sure to check that out. And thanks so much, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.